Welcome everybody. This is Sizzling Saturday with Jack and I. We got our
Jay, tell us a little bit about yourself and about your sausages, mate.
So I obviously grew up in South Africa, moved over to the UK 23 years ago. Always been a butcher, loved the game. Started making sausages and started my own business a few years back. And yeah, sausages, biltong, droevoors, and any South African products has always been a passion of mine. So I just enjoy making them and compete across the country. So yeah, the first time I ever competed was, what, 5 years ago? Completely fluffed it. Didn't win a single thing. Walked away and said, let's go and try and get better. So,
nice one.
Yeah.
Nice one. So where are you based now? Where's your butcher shop now? And how do people find your produce?
Woking. Sorry. So
okay.
I have half of it is a butchery area where I create everything, and then the other half is where I cook things. So I do a takeaway service, do a special every Friday. Normally get the barbecues out and have a braai and just enjoy cooking with food and making stuff. So, yeah.
Nice one. Well, you've whipped up some really lovely sausages for us today. I've got a whole plate of them here. Actually, I'm going to try some of your biltong and your droevoors in a second.
So again,
I had them last night. Very nice.
I kind of came up with my own recipe on that. And I enjoy making it. It's got very little preservative in it. It's all natural. So yeah, it's kind of a snack I use when I'm cooking on the braai. Have that on the side.
Okay, well, this is the first time I've ever tried a droevoors. Until it arrived, I think it was even the first time I've ever heard of a droevoors. What actually is it?
So it's actually beef dry cured and air dried. So basically, well, not cooked, but dried in a dryer. And then it comes out, it's got all the seasonings that I think it needs. So, yeah.
What is it, a sausage?
Nice, like cinnamon type flavours in it.
Sorry, Jack.
I say it's really flavourful. It's got some really nice, like, cinnamon type flavours in it. Like, really like fruity in the mouth.
Yeah. So kind of the nutmeg and the clove are what you're probably tasting there. Would be the main taste coming through with a bit of allspice in there.
Nice. And what kind of meat do you make it with?
I only use certain cuts of meat, so I'm quite particular about what I use. I only ever use chuck brisket, and it's just 4/4 meat, really. It makes the best sausages. So even the boerewors and any of the beef sausages, I only ever use 4/4 meat, which is the top half of the animal.
Right.
It's just a better cut to use, really. Gives more flavour.
Wow, they're really good. They're a good little snack. I've never tried them before. You've converted me, mate. I'll tell you what, I should give it the test though. Let's see if it goes well with beer. What do you think, Jack?
Do it.
Look at that. I just found on my I just found my flipper the other day. It's actually got a little beer thing on it, Jack. So how's that for cool?
Amazing. Tell us a little bit about the sausages you sent us, because they're pretty special, aren't they? These.
Yeah. So the Lamb Society is something I created for the competition I competed in, which was actually a category winner. So the Lamb Society, traditionally it would be on a skewer, cubed up with like curry marinade and apricots. But what I've done is taken that and put it into the actual sausage itself, and infused it into the sausage, which it just seems to work so well. The sweetness of the apricots with the lamb, again using only the 4/4 of the lamb, and it just brings out flavour. So.
And you've actually made us some bespoke bourbon infused sausage, haven't you? That's what we're going to be cooking up today.
Obviously you guys are sponsored by Buffalo Trace. So what I did was I went out, bought a bottle of Buffalo Trace, reduced it down so that all the alcohol's out of the product, and used the actual bourbon flavors as one of the agents in the actual sausage. Soaked some apple in it to give it that apple flavor as well, and then put it into the sausage seasoning in the mix itself. So again, I didn't cook them right for the competition, unfortunately. So they didn't do as well as they could have, but they still got silver. So look, it's a work in progress. Anything that you end up doing a prototype, you run the gauntlet of making mistakes. So
well, coming second your first attempt, that's not bad, mate. I wouldn't be too disheartened.
Yeah.
You get to cook some more sausages and drink some more bourbon. So yeah, awesome.
Yeah. I'd never tried bourbon beforehand. So
until we met you that day?
Quite good. I quite enjoyed it.
Because we met at Ascot, didn't we? Like, let's tell people a little bit about how we met. So Hilly and I were doing a little cook-up at Ascot Racecourse, and obviously the weather was horrendous, wasn't it? So we had a bit of time to actually talk to people, and we met you there, didn't we? And you actually tried Buffalo Trace there for the first time. So after that, you were like, oh, I can make you some nice sausages. So yeah.
Yeah, no, we took it away from there. Obviously, that was quite cool. You guys were cooking some pork chops, if I remember, and some chicken wings.
Yeah,
so,
that's it, yeah.
Again, really good. Nice glaze on there. So, again, that's something that you could look at, you know, with the sausages. Even putting a glaze on the outside could work. So, yeah.
Okay, these are nice and sort of round, chunky ones. Is there a reason you'd make round, chunky ones compared to long, skinny ones?
Yeah, just because they're a meatier sausage. For me, if you buy these ones in the supermarket, they're all factory made with a machine. You know, I go to, each one's hand tied, each one's done in its own way. You know, we go through the product and make it individually, rather than having a big machine that pushes out 40,000 at a time. So again.
And obviously you can get some amazing flavours, can't you? When you're hand making things, you can do things like you said, like, you know, infuse some bourbon into it, put a little bit of smoked apple. Yeah. Hills, what are you doing to your sausages? How are you cooking them?
What am I doing? Well, Jay gave us a couple of tips the other day. He said the way to cook your sausages, right, is first of all you do it low and slow and get them cooked nice and through, and then at the last minute you heat them up and give them a bit of a crisping.
Okay,
so
like reverse sear almost.
Yeah.
Kind of, yeah. So I've got a plate here, and it's got a few different temperature zones in it. So it's quite hot in the middle there, and it's just nice and warm around the edge here. You know, I can see the rain sort of starting on it now, but it's just nice and warm on the edge here. So that's just going to cook them through a little bit, nice and slow. There you go. Look, you can see the little, you know, it gives it that little sort of crispy bit without burning it. You know.
Yeah.
The key to it is not to boil the middle of the sausage, because obviously all sausages have water content in them and fat content. So as you raise the temperature, if it hits above 99, it will then split the skins.
Okay.
Hence the reason there's a little, I'll tell you about it a while back. That's why they got the name bangers. Back in the day. Because they explode.
Yeah.
If you heat the product up too much, the water boils, splits, and that's how you split your sausages.
Well, do you boys know what a toad in the hole is?
Yeah, just a little. You can make a Yorkshire pudding.
That's what I'm doing. Look, I've got my Yorkshire pudding mix.
Excellent.
I've got my sausages in the pan, and I thought, because it's hard, isn't it, with sausages, isn't it? How to show it off. So I thought, well, rather than just doing a standard like in a bun or whatever, I thought, do a bit of toad in the hole.
I'd like to see this thing, because my biggest problem with doing that on the braai or barbecue, whichever way you go, I've tried it several times, and I just can't get the Yorkshire pudding mix to rise the way I like it. That you can do in the oven, because obviously you got to crank the heat up to well over 200 degrees, 240. Yeah. And then you'll get the Yorkshire mix to rise.
Well, that's what I'm going to try and get the the heat in the dome of the grill to basically get it to rise. But yeah, I want to get it quite hot. But the elements are against me, I think, at the minute. It's like
a bit colder.
A bit cold outside.
So which sausages are you guys cooking at the moment?
The bourbon ones, of course.
Yeah. And I
Same here,
on the draw balls in the back there. Jack, what did you think of the biltong and the draw balls?
I tried the Bulworth last night and I ate the whole pack. Basically, as soon as I got the delivery, I opened it up and I love Bulworth and biltong, and I just started snacking on it, and then next thing you know, it was all gone. So yeah, I'm a big fan. But I'm always impressed by the actual work that goes into making things like biltong and how do you say? Is it Bulworth? Am I saying it right?
Yeah, Bulworth. You got to roll it off.
Bulworth.
Yeah, that's better.
Yeah, Bulworth.
Yeah. So yeah, that's the bad boy. So if you want to get someone up, just whack it on a hot heat, sear both sides, and then let it cook slowly.
Yeah, just like, basically, it's like reverse searing it almost, aren't you? Like, you don't want it exploding. But I'll tell you what, I'm looking forward to your Thai chicken ones as well. You sent us.
Yeah. Oh. But again, that's just something that, with me being a small business down here in Surrey, I kind of like to play. I always like to see if there's something that you could do different. A pizza sausage I made, so it's got all the elements of a pizza, but it's in a sausage format. So like a 9-inch pizza, but in a sausage format.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Ooh.
I like the onions going on there.
Yeah, no, I've gone traditional because I wanted to have a really good taste of that bourbon sausage there, the ones that are grilling away here.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to pop them in a bun, but I'm going to cook them nice and slow, let them through, and then give them a bit of a crisp up later on over the higher heat in the middle here. Then add them with a bit of onions in a bun with a bit of tomato chutney. So,
nice. And Jack, are you using any oils in that pan?
Yeah, just put a little bit of rapeseed oil in the pan just to get it basically non-stick, and then just going to rely on the juices that come out of the sausages. Give them a bit of colour, obviously turn them, get them a bit sort of crispy, and then pour the batter in. But yeah, I want the temperature a good like 230 maybe Celsius.
Yeah.
I've made toad in the hole once before, and yeah, it came out okay, but you just need to get it quite hot first. But as you say, like you need something with a lid on basically to get that.
That's what I find with the Weber. You can't get it to that temperature. It just doesn't. Because the minute you get to that temperature, you open the lid, you lose the temperature, and then you're pouring your batter into technically a cold oven. It just doesn't.
Exactly.
Doesn't seem to. Because I only use all my equipment's Weber.
Right. Okay.
So yeah, from the smoker to the 57 centimeters to the small Smoky Joes. All of them are just Webers, and that's what I've always found is I just can't get that temperature to stay at that temperature, if you know what I mean.
I've got a cast iron pan in there, so that might help you because that holds the heat. That soaks up a lot of heat, so that might do you a favour. But yeah, I don't think basically you need a constant temperature in here. So pellet grill, maybe something like that might see you through. But we'll give it a go. That's like, as you say, you like to experiment. We basically like to experiment outside. Hilary and I get out and try these different techniques and stuff. So yeah, if not, I'll just pick the sausages out and have a sandwich.
Happy days.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I like a little dry.
Got me bun ready?
Yeah. How are your sausages doing, Hilary?
They're good. It's not particularly hot out here today, so
look at that. No split. Perfect.
No split, Just let them cook most of the way all the way through first, I think, Yeah. There's no hurry. There's a few seagulls coming around a bit later in about half an hour's time, so I'll get everything warmed up then, and then I'll do a big grill. I really want to have a go at your boil here.
Yeah.
And, and definitely want to try the Lamb Society as well. And those Thai chicken ones are looking pretty special. So, yeah, there's a few folks coming around a bit later to sort of give it a bit of a sample. So I'll fire everything up and make some nice epic pictures for you.
Yeah, that'd be awesome, man. I'd like to see how they come out as well.
Oh yeah.
So what got you into the sausage trade, mate? Is it just being a butcher
So
and then you like that
originally
bit of
I
it,
was
or?
working in the butchery industry, doing a catering job, just doing an everyday job, just earning what I could. Always enjoyed making sausages, so kind of had that as a sideline hobby. Set up my business as a hobby, not as an actual job. I just set it up as somewhere where I could go, create, make sausages, make biltong, make boerewors, make the South African stuff I want to make, but have my own little playground, really, as just a hobby. And then, unfortunately, last year, made redundant 3 weeks before the pandemic. So kind of just flipped things up and said, you know what, this might be the opportunity to go and do this full time. So changed the name to Meat at Jay's because, I'm all about meat. You can come and meet me and we'll talk meat all the time. Anything to do with sausages as well. We just, so the hobby then became a lifestyle and reality. So kind of made it my own, really.
Brilliant. And where do you get your recipes from, mate? Is it a secret South African,
Just, I'll try
family?
I'll see something. So, take for instance Thai green curry. You make it up, buy one of those packs, right? And they say just add chicken. And you just add the chicken, you fry it up. You take the paste, you mix the paste in, and then you add the coconut, and then you stir it up, and voila, you've got your own Thai green curry. Right, so I took it, broke it down, see what they made, see what's in there, and then put it together and put it into a sausage. So instead of using, like in most sausages, you use water or a binding agent, I use coconut milk as the binding agent. So you get the coconut milk and then you get the Thai seasoning. So you mix that with the sausage seasoning as well. So it all comes through as one.
You're a brave man, because chicken sausages are notoriously hard to make so they're not bone dry. So yeah, I'll be looking forward to trying yours and give you some feedback, hopefully.
Yeah, no, that'd be good.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
It's all about the ratios with the sausage. People think it's just an easy thing that you just put together, but it's a lot more technical than people think. It's like when you're competing, you have to mix the sausage for a certain amount of time, right? 1 minute over, and the sausage is no good. 1 minute under, the sausage is no good. So when you're competing, you have to get it just right.
The mix?
Yeah. The mix has
to... Say like the gluten inside it or something like that?
It's the proteins. So when you add the seasonings to the meat, you break the proteins in, you mix it all together, and then you get a sticky consistency. So what you want is the mix to stick to the skins, so that when you cook it, the skins are nice and crispy, and they stuck to the meat, rather than if you buy these ones where they're not stuck to the meat, that's just all mixing. I'm hoping I've got it right for you guys.
Well, I think I'm going to go with my matter.
So you started out at home then, and you said it was just a bit of a hobby.
Yeah.
Can people at home just give it a go?
I've been in the butchery. I used to make them in the butchery where I used to work, and then I set up Jay's Meat. So the wife got tired of me making sausages in the kitchen, and I went and made my own little place, my own little playground with all the equipment I needed, and that's where that's where I am now.
Nice. Okay, so if somebody at home was going to attempt to sort of begin to make sausages themselves, what would you suggest to them? What would you recommend as a way to get into sausage making? Other than give yourself
go and work with someone who knows what they're doing. That's what I would do. I would learn from someone who's tried and tested and take on board what they say, but at the same time bring your own experience, bring your own ideas. Don't be
Okay.
afraid to make mistakes, because otherwise it's not worth it. It is great fun.
Don't be too serious, basically.
Sorry?
Don't be too serious, basically.
No. Be adventurous. Like those pork apple and bourbon, I only started making 2.5 weeks ago, and that was after talking to Hillary on the phone after we met, and I said, okay, cool, let me go and see what I can do.
Yeah.
And that's what I came up with.
Brilliant.
But you know, you come up with some idea and you just go and do it. I've made a cheese and Marmite sausage before. I've made it, like I said, the pizza sausage, the boerewors. Again, I don't buy any seasoning for the boerewors. I actually made the season myself. That's when I was a kid. I went and worked in a biltong manufacturing company back in South Africa. You know, we processed 2.5 tons of biltong a week.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a lot of biltong.
Yeah.
So, have you poured your battery, Jack?
Yeah, done. Well, I won't touch it now. Basically, keep the lid down for a good 25 minutes, and then we'll see what we got underneath. But fingers crossed, Jay. Fingers crossed.
Awesome.
Okay, so if you make up special sausages, is there a particular favourite that you sell out there? A popular one, your traditional ones, or?
So obviously the traditional, the Cumberland are big sellers. The boerewors sells really well. What other flavours? Pork, maple, and pecan. That is one that really works.
Yeah.
You get the sweetness of the maple syrup, and then you get the pecan coming through. With the pork, it's just amazing. So that's another one that over the weekend won gold, which is great. And we make all our own bacon. So I make all my own back bacon, street bacon. So the gammons we make as well. It's all about making stuff.
Labour love.
All about just playing.
Do you brine your bacon before you smoke it? How do you do it? Do you do a dry cure or do you brine it?
Dry cure it and leave it dry curing for, depending on how thick it is, anywhere between 3 and 4 weeks.
Okay.
So all the gammons get made up. They were made up in the last couple of weeks, ready for Christmas.
Brilliant.
So, yeah, it's the same as the pigs and blankets. You know, we, instead of using traditional sausages, I make mine out of Cumberland. So small Cumberland sausages wrapped in dry cured bacon.
What? Still in the round circle shape?
No, so they're just little cocktail sausages wrapped in bacon. But you make it yourself rather than buying in the stuff that's commercially made.
Yeah, because wasn't there supposed to be a shortage of pigs and blankets this year, or there's plenty out your way?
All right, and then Jack.
What's that?
He let
some more heat in there. I mean, I can look at it as well. Looking good.
So if you're cooking a barbecue, buddy, what sausages would you put down on your machine for your guests, mate?
So normally I do the Cumberland for sure, or the traditional. So give you a little story on the traditional and the Cumberland. My oldest son would not eat my sausages that I make. He would not eat it. Number 2. So I went away, and for 2 years I designed a sausage that he would eat, because I didn't want him eating these, you know, the small little processed ones. I wanted to create something that was. So since then, all the sausages we make, he tests.
Your biggest critic.
Huh?
Your biggest critic, basically.
Yeah, it's good. So, if I was to do sausages, I would probably do traditional Cumberland, boerewors, pizza sausage. When you come around mine, it's just meat feast. It's you can have the salad if you want it, but the rest is all meat.
Nah.
That'd be the salad, wouldn't it? The chicken one,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah, that's got a little
That's
bit
the
of
salad.
that'll go well. Just
Yeah, they're
about.
green.
So yeah, man, that's what it's all about for me. It's just about enjoying what you do, because it's the same as my business. We make everything, and then if I can, I cook it in the takeaway section I have. So you get to try the stuff that I make.
Brilliant.
Wow.
So
And that's how you say.
The Thai green sausages, take them out the skins, roll them in panko breadcrumbs, and fry them. Incredible.
Whoa. Deep fried.
And then serve it with Thai sweet chili.
Ooh. So you're suggesting you could take the sausages out of the skins and do other things with them other than eat them and cook them as sausages?
100%.
Yeah.
Definitely. So
What, do
again,
like
the lamb
sausage
sausages.
casserole or use it for pasta or something?
Yeah, you could do. Like
Yeah.
you could do pasta with the lamb society would go well with that. I make a beef and chili sausage instead of using it as a sausage. You could use it as beef and chili balls with the like bolognese sauce. It's so versatile. It doesn't have to be a sausage. It could be what you make out of it. You can cook it as a sausage and then chop it up and throw it in something else.
Yeah.
Like you're doing with the toad in a hole, really.
Yeah. Well,
you know,
looking good.
I think we're going to have to come out your way one day and have a sausage sizzle, mate.
Yeah.
You know? Cook a few of these up. You know? Hey, Jack, check this out. Hang on. Do you recognise these?
Oh, look at that. The urban welly boots. never seen a bit of mud in their lives.
I think I'd have to leave my postcode to find mud, mate.
The coldest day of the year, I think, so far.
You need a fire pit, Jack, next to you.
Yeah, I'm not too bad here. I'm quite enjoying this. Apart from the wind, it's a bit windy. It just everything's blowing around in the wind. That's all.
Yeah, I get the wind.
If it was sunny, I would have had the barbecue or fry out, and I had made some burgers out of the excess sausage that I was going to cook them off for you guys. So it's the same as the turkey and turkey wrapped in bacon and stuff like that. I saw you guys did turkey. I do exactly the same at Christmas. I cook everything as a turkey on the braai outside.
It just frees up your oven, doesn't it, for everything else?
Yeah.
You say about Yorkshire puddings, they're like notoriously hard to rise. So if you've got like everything else in your oven as well. So I've done it. I mean, we did a series of shows last year, like encouraging people to do their turkey outside. We had whole turkeys, we had breasts, we had rolled fresh joints wrapped in bacon. We did big beef joints because some people don't like turkey. So as long as you're outside.
One year I did a whole gammon, whole piece of beef, whole turkey, all outside on 3 different Webers. Just cooked them away because it's easy to do. If you're not afraid to, if you make a mistake, you just got to get over it and move on.
Totally, that's barbecue, isn't it? Yeah.
We all make mistakes when we're Brian, for sure.
Yeah.
You should have seen it one time, mate. We burnt our braai brudgies one day, mate.
Well, you made them black on the outside. Perfect.
Okay. Maybe just me. Maybe just I burnt braai brudgies. You should have seen it, mate. It was mayhem. That was it, It was almost like, blacklisted,
You've got to have a backup plan, though. Something else. I've had a few train smashes along the way.
Oh, yeah.
But it's the same the burgers I make. I don't press them out. I run them all out grain. So all the grains the same direction. Wrap it in cling film, press them together and vacuum. And then when I cook them, they all cook with the grain running upwards, if you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Right? So that when you bite that burger, it falls apart in your mouth rather than having to break it down. And again, same technique as you guys are using there. I sear one side, sear the other side, and then leave it to cook on the side, and cook the sausages, do whatever else I want to do. So the brine, the barbecue can be used for anything. Like risottos, the works. I've done risottos, pizzas, you name it. I'll cook anything on a brine. So,
what have you got? Have you got one of them big, like, open braais with the chimney?
No, I've got. So I did have 9 Webers. 57.
Not a barbecue.
Since then, we've downgraded to 57 and one Smoke Mountain, 57 centimeter.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I quite enjoy doing burgers on that. So you light it up, you get it smoking, you put the burgers on, and you slow cook them for like 40 minutes, just smoking them away at a low temperature, and then you steer them off, and then that's it. Job done.
Yeah, like a big, like a steakhouse
sausages.
burger, like a thick old burger.
Yeah. Proper 1 to 2 inch thick burger. So the burger sits mashed in the bun, you know.
Yeah.
There's more meat to bun ratio. And it's the same with the sausages. Smoked sausages, absolutely awesome. Take the traditional ones and smoke them when you cook them. Well,
all right, well,
outstanding.
One last. I've got one sausage that's just about ready. Well, it is ready now. That's one of your bourbon ones. So I'm going to give that a quick taste for you, mate. Just giving it a. Let's. Here you go, Jack. Let's see if we can get the whiff of Buffalo Trace in there.
I was going to say, you have to describe it to me.
Oh my God! It's got really good texture. It's got chunks in it. I can get the chunks of the apple. Definitely getting the bourbon. There's a bourbon in there. There's a sort of a sticky, sort of sweet flavour in it. So I think that must be the bourbon. And then the pork itself, that's it's just really soft and tender, mate. It's awesome. Yeah.
I'm looking forward to my toe in the hole now.
Whoa. I'm gonna have another slice. These are really good, mate. There's plenty of fat in them. Yeah. Oh, cheers, bud. Wow.
I like it.
Woohoo.
Awesome.
Brilliant.
Awesome. So yeah, so we get all the flavours, that's the main thing. And have they split it all?
No. There was a couple of little bits of there was some little squirts come out at one stage, but you know.
No, that
was fine.
Yeah, that was good.
That's one question for you. When you're cooking sausages, should you prick them to let the squirt out? Yeah.
Not. Never. Because once you prick them, you bring all the flavour out. So all you're doing is all that juice running out. It's all flavour. You want to keep that in there as long as possible. Because it'll also cook the product as well. That's perfect. That's good.
Oh.
Jack, I want to see that Yorkshire pudding now.
Nah, not. 15 more minutes, I reckon.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Nah, it's cool.
Mate, I give these a gold award. How's that? These ones can have a gold award. These are really, really lovely.
Gold sausage award from Hillary.
So yeah, if anyone wants to come and join the sausage industry, feel free. Drop us a message. Always looking for people who want to learn.
Well, there's a couple of guys out there out your way. We know Mr. Edge and Rob C. They're out your way. So they'll be swinging around your way sooner or later.
Looking for someone to come and join us, come and make biltong, sausages, things like that.
Really?
So I might as well put it out there while we're on live for the first time ever.
Yeah.
Jesus,
first ever live, is it?
Sorry, Jack?
Your first ever live?
Yeah. I've never done anything like this before.
Well, this is it, mate. This is our way of the world now because of the pandemic. This is how we met. You know, Hillary and I have spoken to people all around the country. We've met all different farmers and, you know, we've even spoken to people all around the world, mate, by this. So, yeah, it's a necessary evil, basically. But, yeah, it means we get to meet people like you. So, thank you for coming on the show.
And we get to meet people that are really passionate about what they do, mate, like yourself.
Yeah,
you know, it's really, it's an honour for us. You know, we're really touched that, you know, people like yourself are in contact with us to, you know, tell us about your product. You know?
Well, like we said earlier, we only met Ascot, and it's just a start. So you guys really get busy.
Yeah.
So, luck. It's good.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, well, look, this is the last of the sausage, okay? I've eaten the whole thing now. It's really good. I'm really impressed, mate. Jack, we forgot to choose a prize winner, though, didn't we? So we'll have to choose one after the show, I think.
Well, we'll use the old random generator. We'll pick a winner because you're giving away quite a nice little bundle of stuff, aren't you? Some sausages and...
Quite happy for the winner. Will get posted the same way you guys did. Overnight freight, cool box, done properly, and it'll be sent to them when you're in the UK.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, so just quickly then, everybody, Jay, just wrap up and say how they can find you either physically at your store or online or on Instagram, and we'll close the Instagram and go from there. And don't forget to save it. Hit the little cross in the corner, but tell everybody how they can get in contact with you, and we'll catch up soon.
Awesome, thanks. I look forward to that Yorkshire pudding as well, Jack. But yeah, no, if you want to get in contact with us, meet at Jay's website, or even if you text us, go on Instagram, follow us, like us, send us messages, whichever way you want. It's been an absolute pleasure, guys. Thank you very much, and take care. Stay safe, folks.
Cheers, Jay. Cheers, Hills. I'm going to go inside and warm up.
I don't blame you.
Thanks, everybody. I'm going to eat these other two sausages now.
Excellent. Enjoy.
Cheers, Jay.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers.
Hit the save.